YouTube, what's going on YouTube? What is going on? What is happening, man? Of course, it's your guy one more time, DEDRICKHICKSJR, and I'm back with another fragrance video. Smell good family. Hopefully everyone is doing well, doing great, doing fantastic, positive energy, positive vibes. Y'all know how we get down here, man, on this channel. Y'all know how we get down here on this channel. I think the no beard is distracting me too. Take one. YouTube, what's going on YouTube? What is going on? What is happening, man? Of course, it's your guy one more time, DEDRICKHICKSJR, and I'm back with another fragrance video. Smell good family. Hopefully everyone is doing well, doing great, doing fantastic, positive energy, positive vibes. Y'all know how we get down here in this channel, man. Positive vibes only. All right, so today, Smell good family, we are back with some Beastmode performances. Beastmode performance fragrances. All right, there we go. Having trouble talking today, but y'all constantly ask, D, I need a Beastmode fragrance that is 8 to 12 hours projection. I need it. All right, so today I have 10 of the better performing fragrances in my collection. When you base it off that. If you're looking for power, then I got you covered here today. Now, with my experience and my skin chemistry, these fragrances all last me around that 9 to 10 hour mark. That's what I consider beast mode. Anything over that 6 to 7 hour mark, when you're still projecting and people can pick you up after you may have went 9 to 10 hours when you sprayed it last. Now you're into that beast mode territory. All right, so, and for what it's worth, I don't really hang my hat on performance when it comes to fragrances. I'm about experience, the art first, and then if the performance is something that is great, then I consider that a plus. But you want beast mode performances, then you got it. All right, up first, from the House of Azzaro. This one gets a lot of love in the community, so this is not, a lot of these get a lot of love in the community, so a lot of y'all won't be thrown off by it. But we have the Most Wanted EDP Intense is our first one of the day. Probably the best bottle out of them all. That all black, sleek look. But here, I think there's a toffee note in here, some cardamom, very sweet and spicy style of a scent. Remind you of that Stronger With You DNA here. But this stuff just goes on and on and on and on off of my skin, and really even on my clothes. At one point in time, I was wearing this quite a bit, and admittedly before I got into the Stronger With You line, really diving into that, this was something that I was wearing quite often, and I still wear from time to time. But it's talking about performance. If someone came up to me and said, hey D, I need a big time performer, sweet and spicy scent that I can go get right now, this is probably the first thing, maybe the first thing that I will think about. Mass appealing, easy to wear. A lot of people are gonna love how you're gonna smell, and this is one for sure that is an outstanding beast of a performer from the House of Azzaro. We have the Most Wanted, the EDP Intense. All right, up next, this doesn't need much conversation at all, and I have a variety of different fragrances here, but this one from the House of Mancera is probably the strongest fragrance that they have ever put out, they have ever created. There's a different version of this now, but this stuff is nuclear, at least in my bottle. You're talking 12 plus hours easy. How do I know that? I'll tell you in a second. From the House of Mancera Petit, we're talking the original red tobacco. The original red tobacco. Now I know they have a red tobacco Intense out. But a couple of years ago, when the Jaguars made the playoffs against the Los Angeles Chargers, it was an all-day event down here. So we tailgated, we did a podcast, we went to the game, we hung out after. All-day event, and this was my fragrance of choice. It was very cold out for Florida standards during that whole experience, and this is my fragrance of choice here. And this stuff from the initial I think it went 3 to 4 sprays, really carried literally throughout the day. I think that, man, I left here, my home, got down to the stadium for everything probably around noon. The game didn't start till 8. And I didn't get back home till like 3 in the morning. And this stuff was still coming off of me crazy. Very bold cinnamon, tobacco. I believe there's some oud and leather in here. A lot of spices, woods, just a lot of things going on. And this one kind of gets shut down now because there is an Intense, and people say that is the better version, and it could be. But this one is one that it's strong. It is powerful. And if you're looking for that, this is one for sure that is absolutely just gonna work for beast mode scenarios and situations for sure. From the house of Mancera. A lot of y'all already know about this one. It is nuclear. You don't need that many sprays. From the house of Mancera, Red Tobacco is definitely a participant in the beast mode fragrances for sure. Up next, man, this one is really long lasting, and it's been that way since I've experienced. Vanilla and Iris is really the top two players here, and it just goes and goes and goes. From the house of Givenchy, Givenchy, we have Givenchy Gentleman, the EDP. Fan favorite in the community for quite some time, all right? But as of late, don't get that much talk about it, but it's still one of the better fragrances. That makeup bag Iris, that vanilla, that balsamic, those balsamic textures in here as well. Almost like this, resinous balsamic feel to this fragrance. And that's from the Iris. That comes off, yes, makeup baggy, but also has its touch of earthiness in here as well. But this is a very sexy fragrance. This was a date night champion for me for quite some time, and I've worn it in other situations like some parties and some different events, but this is one that really performs. So if you're going out, I would really recommend this for going out. You're going out to the bar, you're going out to the club, it's cooler out, this could be one that can really shine when you're around a lot of people. All right, so you get this for a great price on discounters. Mostly all of these you can get on discounters for a really great price. But this is one, if you look for that sweet fragrance that has just enough of something different with how the Iris plays off, this is one to tap into for sure. This weighs on more on the vanilla side of things when you talk about those Iris themed makeup baggy fragrances like Dior Homme Intense, Valentino Uomo Intense. This one leans a lot more on that sweet side with the vanilla, and it's really good and great performer. From the house of Givenchy, Givenchy. We have Givenchy Gentleman, the EDP, good stuff. All right, up next, man, I was so surprised on how long this lasts and how strong this was, and I knew it was gonna be a good performer, but man, this stuff lasts like forever. From the house of Dumont, we have Nitro White. I know it's clashing with my studio light, but this is like top 3 for me from Dumont, man, and I love everything about this, especially that honey play that's on this fragrance, man. It's sweet, it's fresh, it's clean. It's just overall really nice. It's a really nice fragrance. It has this buttery feel to it. With the quality is really good. They give off that buttery feel. But all in all, I was really surprised of how long this lasts. I wore this to work a few months ago, and my days are 9 to 10 hours easy. Well, from work, I had to leave and I had to go and do some Christmas shopping. Like, leave right from work and go do some Christmas shopping. And I was just like, whoa, that Nitro White is still pumping off of me. I'm in Target, I'm in Ross, I'm in Kohl's, I'm moving around picking things up for Christmas gifts, and I was really surprised of how well this performed. I also have some of my young boys that work around me at work who really liked how this smelled. They copped them some bottles, so I smell this all the time. So I won't be wearing this to work like that because, more than not, someone's gonna be wearing this. But you're talking about performance, a performer, something that really gets to that beast mode level, that beast mode lane. Nitro Pro on White definitely does that. You can get it for a great price. Very sweet style of a scent on that gourmand level, that honey. I think there's some lavender in here that contributes to the freshness. It's just overall really good, and very surprised how how well it performs. But overall, good stuff from the house of Dumont. We got Nitro Pour Homme White. All right. Next up, another classic when you're talking beast mode. A lot of y'all have this bottle. We all think the same way. A couple of sprays of this, and then you're gonna be smelling good for 46 days. From the house of Yves Saint Laurent, we have YSLY the EDP. YSLY the EDP, and I've worn my fair share of this very powerful fragrance. Apple, geranium, lavender, ginger. Just you get this ambroxany bomb with this as well. I don't know if ambroxany is listed as a note here, but it's very strong. Sweet from the apple. The carrier. I don't think they list ambroxany, but I smell ambroxany, icy super type of vibe that's really pushing this fragrance. That fresh ginger crisp type of layer that comes with this fragrance. And I know the breakdowns are different with all of the flankers, but to my nose, I get the base. I get green apple, I get ginger, I get geranium, I get those elements of the DNA of YSLY with all of them, pretty much all of them. But this is one that if you're looking for performance, look no further. You want absolutely nuclear beast mode from the jump. From purchasing the fragrance or wearing it for the first time, this is one that just is ready to go off the rip. All right, so you got to be careful with your sprays with all of these, but this is one I would really consider not over spraying unless you are aiming to be obnoxious and out of control. But beast mode of a performer, absolutely. Really good fragrance, everyday wear, that shower jelly blue fragrance type of vibe. It's just one that absolutely works, like really works. And you're looking for performance, look no further. From the house of Yves Saint Laurent, we got YSLY the EDP. All right, up next, to kind of switch up the pace a little bit, man. This is a leather fragrance that has a unique leathery, fruity type of vibe. Red apple and leather really star here, and this stuff is really good. It's really good and performs for a good bit. So all my fellas out there that are not looking for just the everyday fresh and clean, fresh and fruity type fragrances, you want a little masculine kick to it, to your fragrance, look into this one, because this leather right here is really nice. And then sometimes I think it's the Salvatore Ferragamo Bright Leather. What is it? Is this the Intense or the Bright Leather Intense? All right, by Salvatore Ferragamo. I almost bought this. Wow, that smells so good. I almost bought this retail in my local Nordstrom's, but my mind got to working and I started looking for this fragrance on discounts. I got it for like $60 on fragrancebuy.ca. I think retail at like $115 or $120 or $125. But the leather line, the bright leather, the dark leather, there's so many different leather. I think this is the Intense EDP. I think that's what this one is. Forgive me for not knowing the name, but I do know the fragrance. And I know the brown bottle, the red bottle, the blue bottle. This was my favorite out of them all. Why? Because of that apple. And this stuff really performed. And the leather and the apple lasts the whole way through. Like the entire way through with this fragrance. And I love it. Now, it definitely comes off synthetic-y. It doesn't come off as the most original type of, not original, the most high quality leather scent experience, but it's more than good enough, I can tell you that. And it comes off as a very new leather that kind of, I ain't gonna say, what am I looking for? I ain't gonna say a new leather, but kind of like a fresh new car leather. Yeah, that's what it smells like. But then you just kind of throw like an apple air freshener in there. That's the vibe that you get here. And this is really good. I don't think it's going to be for everybody because some people just don't rock with leather. But again, a more beast mode type of fragrance when you're talking about a change of pace, when you're talking about leather. And most leathers really perform really well. Like I said, this is not a soft leather. This is not a sweet leather. No, it's definitely some straight cut leather in a new vehicle and some apple. That's what I get. But there's other elements here, some fresh elements, of course. But the base of it, apple and leather, performs really well. I'm talking 10, 11, 12 hours for me off of my skin. and it's fantastic. You get on discounters for a great price. From the house of Salvatore Ferragamo, I believe this is the Intense EDP. So forgive me if that is not the one. I know it ain't bright leather. I know it ain't the other leather, but y'all know what I'm talking about. All right. Up next from the house of Nazar, 48 days of performance. We got Mango Tobacco. One of the latest releases from the house of Nazar. I love this stuff. Buttery mango tobacco. Just rich and bold, sweet. Man, it smells so good, man. It's just a very thick and rich fragrance, and a couple of sprays is going to leave you shined up. You're going to be sheened, oil sheen, residue from the quality of this fragrance, and it's just going to continue to take you on the journey that's going to last you throughout your day. I've worn this a couple of times already, both to work, and one, it's an intoxicating smell. It smells fantastic, but at the same time, compliments were coming in. This stuff carries, it projects, it just has a lot of things going on as far as the ability to perform. And you're looking for a beast mode, you're looking for something different, then check out Nazar fragrances. This is not the only fragrance from Nazar that really performs. There's many others, but this one right here, I couldn't help but notice how great of a performer it was. So check out Nazar fragrances. Use King Dedrick 15 for 15% off anything from the house. Just try. They 10 ml travel atomizers are available as well. Just try for yourself and see. But if you're looking for performance, looking for some uniqueness as well, check out Nazar fragrances. And this is Mango Tobacco, one of the great performers from the line. All right. Up next, this one right here goes and goes and goes. And it's the perfect opening of a fruity pineapple Dior Sauvage opening and a Baccarat Rouge 540 sugary, burnt sugary type of opening. What am I talking about? From the house of Invictus Parfums, we're talking Vivamore. Vivamore is a beast of a fragrance, and that's what I get. I get that pineapple and that sugary, brown sugar, burnt sugary, cotton candy type of sweetness in the opening, but this continues to dry down. You get definitely more of the vintage dry down than you get more of the vintage just with that burnt sugary cotton candy type of smell that you get from that Baccarat Rouge 540. I love this stuff. This stuff is very sexy to me. My wife says I can't wear this without her being around because it's just one of those ones. But as far as performance, this is incredible. This is incredible performance. It's the first thing that I really picked up on when I was experimenting with this fragrance a couple of years ago. So I've had this about 2 years, and as you can see, the dent in it is legit. Like, the dent in it is legit. So you get that fruity pineapple, that sugary Baccarat Rouge 540 combination, and you are set up for, if it's a long day, you pick the right fragrance for sure, because it's going to last a lot throughout the day, a long time throughout your day. This is not hearsay. These are actual experiences from me. From the house of Invictus, we're talking Vivamore. Insane performer. All right. Up next, from the house of Nichane. I mean, this performs just as good as the original. Maybe even, I ain't gonna say better, I'll take that back. But this one is a crazy vanilla fragrance, fresh vanilla scent that really performs, at least off of my skin. From the house of Nichane, we're talking Ani X. Ani X. I was really surprised that this fragrance, even though it was much fresher, God, that smells good. It was much fresher. You add notes of melon, almost, I ain't gonna say aquatic, but an aquatic tone to this. Very weird, yes, I know. But dominated by the vanilla. There's some melon in here. But it's a quality vanilla, and it just carries. It just floats in the air. It just is saturated in the air for sure. It just doesn't leave on my skin, on my clothes. It pushes off of me, man. It just puts a fan favorite. A lot of people love this sugar cookie vanilla type of DNA that you get from Ani, but this one is fresher. That's why I was really surprised how it performed compared to the original. They're like neck and neck, but this stuff is high quality, great quality, great blend, and a really good performer. And it's on the good side too, because you know it still keeps its freshness. It doesn't, you know, it's not like super sickly sweet vanilla. No, very good quality vanilla, but a really good performer. Beast mode, once you start getting to hour 8 and 9 and 10. Now this one that kind of lingers around is I want to just kind of scream it out. So for me, beast mode, it could be something that is still sitting out here. When I move around, I can smell myself. Other people can smell me. It's like a matter of fact that he's wearing something. And this is along the lines of that. From the house of Nishane, we're talking Ani X. Ani X. Okay. And last but not least, my most complimented fragrance in my entire collection, hands down. It's nothing to talk about. This is it. But it is a monster of a performer. Like a monster. And I personally, this is my favorite from the line. I personally love this the most. From the house of Rabanne, we have Invictus Parfum. Invictus Parfum, soapy, clean, fresh. I got a little bit on the, get that in the air for a second. Yeah, man, soapy, clean, fresh, a little bit salty, very much sweet. It takes a little bit from everything. A little bit from all of the Invictuses, and they put it in this bottle. And it comes with a boom. Silky smooth though. It's not nothing screechy and unattractive. Silky smooth bomb. That's what you get here. That black soap really takes center stage here. But like I said, you get the aquatic natures, you get the salty natures, you get a lot of the different elements when you're talking Invictus in the parfum. A lot of them, and performance is right on par with all of them. And this stuff is easily 9 to 10 hours off my skin. Easily 9 to 10 hours off my skin. I would like to thank my bottle was a part of the original batches, because I got this really soon after it released, man. And you know, I'm curious if anybody has any performance issues with theirs. I never heard of it, like people having problems with their performance. I definitely don't. But this stuff is a beast. Like I said, 9+ hours of really solid performance, great performance. And my most complimented in my entire collection, 9 compliments in one day. Mass appealing, just gonna work. From the house of Rabanne, we have Invictus Parfum. Invictus Parfum. All right. So there you have it. Y'all want a beast mode, so I gave you beast mode. All right. So did a nice little blend of different styles of fragrances. But these 10 fragrances, I get incredible performance, strong performance, 8+ hours. Some of these are 12+ hours. Some of these you spray it in the morning, and it ain't coming off until you wash your clothes. And even when you wash your clothes, you probably can get a small little whiff of it, like when you're talking red tobacco. So these are crazy performers. If you're looking for that, tap into these, man. I'm pretty sure I have them linked down below, and you can tap in. Most of these on discount, save you some money and see for yourself. All right, so don't be choking nobody out, man. Couple sprays and get out of there. I ain't telling you what to do, but some of these you only need a couple, you will be fine. All right, so until next time, be cool, be safe, take care of yourselves, positive energy, positive vibes. Thank y'all for the support. Thank y'all for watching. I don't take it for granted at all. Appreciate y'all. All right, splack it up, splack it down, splack that thing all around. And remember, what you put out into this world is exactly what you're going to get back. All right, peace, y'all. Splack it.